Welcome to Almel Learning. Today, what we want to see is a marketing topic. We want to talk about a tool which is called Google Trends. Right. So we are seeing one by one. I think the previous video I even talked about Google My Business, and we also talked about what are the different marketing tools which is available, the free marketing tools which is there, and I even gave you a brief about how Google Trends works. So today we want to talk about how this Google Trends and how we can use this Google Trends for getting maximum output is what we want to see today. And so let's first, you just have to go to Google, you just have to type Google Trends and give enter. So what happens is you will have this redirected to what is called as Google Trends. So what is Google Trends is this is how the page will look in, right? So this is how the page will look in, and if you can see here, it actually gives you a lot of examples. If I search World Cup, or if I probably search any example, if I have, so I will start with that, and it also talks about the different searches which is there. And if you talk about it, also has another option which is recently trending, right? So this Google Trends largely talks about it has a real time data track, right? It has a real time data track on how these things are working, and so what are the different searches and how searches work all around the world, and what people are searching majorly, right? So that is something which you have, and you also have year in search, right? Year in search. So we'll do one by one. So we'll go one by one. So first, let us understand. Probably I'm going to start with an example. So here, if you talk about, there are different search topics like this, right? So if you talk about, these are the search topic which is already rising, right? So you have Corona virus, you have mask, TikTok, Google Classroom, and you have climate, WhatsApp software. So these are already the searches which is already trending, right? Which is already there, and these are worldwide trending searches, right? So worldwide trending searches. If I want to understand even more, if I want, so let me search a trend. So let me search Google as a search term. So this is the interest factor they have. So which region has the interest factor more, and what are the related topics? Right? So there are four types of data that you can see here. What is the first thing is what is the interest factor towards this? Right? So how many people have been searching this over a period of time? And next thing is it also shows the region-wise data, which region is actually having more of this term being used largely. That is also there. And then you also have the related topics, right? So based on the topic, based on the master topic that you have got, what are all the related topics that I can get from this, right? So that is also being labeled here. And then you also talked about the related queries, related queries also, right? So topics is basically the search main topics, and the queries are questions, right? So queries are questions. What are the most frequently asked questions in these connectivity, right? So this is how these are connected, and probably you can even compare with another term also, Google company as such. If you talk about so how the comparison works, let's tell that also. Right? So which company, which country has that? So now this is giving a comparison data between how Google as it and how Google business company as it is doing, right? So we are doing Google itself to understand how this works. If you can see that there's no manipulation of data here, it's showing a real-time data, which means it is not showing an astonishing figure as you would have thought, because it's a Google engine. So obviously when you search Google, yes, always it is the most liked search term. No, nobody searches Google, but everybody search in Google, right? So that is how it works. So this is again the explore option where you can just compare between these two or any search engines for that concern. So when you're doing marketing events, you need to catch a trendy material, right? You need, if you want to catch a trendy material, Google Trends will give you what is the trending search, right? And then you have another option called trending search, right? So trending searches, which is there. So if we talk about as on date, so these are the daily search options. Right? So these are the daily search options. Uh, and this is Atlantic, and you have Among Us, and all these. This is again country wise. Right? If you want a worldwide, you can still do that also, and if you want specifically on India, if you want, you can still do that also. So in India, this is what is trending. You have different searches. So all these are based on each and every trend. It has it, and you can also see how many searches has been done. Okay? So how many searches has been done? It is almost close to 10 million searches, 5 million searches, 2 million searches, and most of, if you talk about it, is mixed of entertainment and kind of mixture of sports, right? So it's more of that, right? So that is what is trending material in our country, right? So in India, that is what is trending more. So to get a real time searches, you can still do that. In the past 24 hours, what is your real time searches? So like this, not only in India, you can do it for each and every country, right? So each and every country has its own pace, right? So based on that, you can have a database on it. So here, if you talk about Italy, it has more of sports again. So if you talk about largely, you can come to a conclusion that most of the trending material is the sports because the sports season has started. Many leagues has been played already, so people search more on that, right? And there's here and there, there's a lot of entertainment news also which is popping up. So that is also being becoming a trending material, right? So always, it is not that only people search this only. People also search different topics also. If you want, you can do that also. You can search topic wise also. You can probably search business uh, as a term. So if you want, you can search that, and you can get the real time data of it, how the interest factor is going on, and which country has more. So you can still do that, and you can probably select the country which you want it. So worldwide, if you want, you can do that, and you can see which country has more. And if you want to select only India, if you want, you can do that as well. So like this, all of it can be here and there adjusted to get understanding. Right? So you have purchasing, Z business, goods, profit as a tab. Right? So these are the related queries. Right? So how many countries, and these are the search queries. This is what is people search usually when it comes to businesses. And so when you are probably using these words in your related business, right? So when you're running a business, you want to really understand which is the term that how people are using to find out my business, and what is the terminology that people are using to need to get a better picture. Probably what is the idea that you need to have is you can use this Google Trend future. Right? So this product will be really useful to understand a lot of trending searches, a lot of trending hashtags, all that. Right. So this is the Google put in a kind of a practical way, which is there, right? And then finally, if you talk about, you have year in search also. Right? So this is one of the premium feature which is done yearly. So if you talk about 2019, overall, if you talk about, these are the searches which is being done, near me searches, how to searches, what are the songs, movies, personalities, sports event, and what is. So if you talk about what is, how it is the most searched things, right? So this is again the how this Google Trends works, right? So these are how we can use a Google Trend so as a feature in one of the premium features in